So, Atlas Fallen is a brand new action RPG, and before we get into this beginner guide for the game, I have to give a massive thank you to Focus Entertainment for hitting me up with a key. So, the tutorial is actually going to teach you a lot in this game, but one thing I recommend before even starting is make sure that you are playing the game in DirectX or DX12, as I tried playing without selecting that option and the game was stuttering like crazy. I had a black screen that even crashed the game. But DX12, I've played almost 2 hours of the game so far, and it's had absolutely no problems. And when it comes to combat, you've got your attacking, you've got your defending in this game, and I highly recommend that you learn your timing. It is going to be so important. You are going to be given a defense sort of mechanic called Sandskin, and that is going to be the most helpful thing in combat because it crystallizes enemies and it stops you taking damage because you have a momentum bar in this game, and the more you attack, the more you build up that momentum. And that is going to increase both the damage you deal and the damage you receive during combat. And there are lots and lots of different plants that are scattered around that you should look for whenever possible in this game, as they are going to be used to upgrade your essence stones along with essence dust, which is another material in the game. And Essence Dust is going to be awarded for defeating enemies and completing quests. Essence Stones are added to your momentum bar once you unlock them. You'll get things like increasing your defense, increasing your damage, and they are going to become active when you reach that part of the bar. So pay attention to how you're prioritizing your Essence Stones, their placement on the momentum bar, but also at the same time be careful with your momentum because you're going to take more damage the more momentum you've built up. And you're going to have 6 categories to the Essence Stones in this game. You get damage, momentum, survivability, tricks, healing, and cursed. But alongside these, there are a bunch of different status effects and stuff in the game, from crystallized and slowed all the way to damage and defense being reduced. And then as you make a little bit more progress into the game, you're going to start coming across anvils. And these are used to save your game, to upgrade your gauntlet, and you'll even get fast travel when you're further in the game. You're also going to get perks, armor upgrades, and momentum gauge upgrades later on that are going to let you unlock new slots using Essence Dust so that you can fit extra Essence Stones onto your momentum bar. And I'm going to say this is one of the biggest tips, one of the biggest bits of advice. Make sure you are exploring every single area you go to, as you never know when there's going to be a chest that you might have to raise because you get to use your gauntlet in the game to raise certain things out of the ground. You'll see like a blue sort of glow around them. And sometimes these chests are going to contain a powerful Essence Stone, or they might even contain a new idol that's going to change the way you heal in the game. When it comes to healing, you have an idol that charges up over time, like as you're attacking enemies and stuff. You get multiple charges with it, but you get different idols you can use. So one might let you heal when you take damage, one might let you take damage and basically charge your idol faster, different things like that. So my biggest recommendation for this game is to make sure you're exploring because you never know what you're going to miss. And in this game, you have a journey tab in the menu. It's going to be so helpful when you're playing the game, especially when it comes to the fusion material tab, because it's going to tell you whereabouts you can find certain materials and which enemies will drop materials. Like coppery ore, for an example, is dropped by lesser wraiths. Plus, if you go to the beast tab, it's going to tell you the exact loot table for wraiths that you've discovered and killed before. So the game gives you an idea of what you're going to get when you're fighting certain enemies in the game. But not only that, you're going to get a bunch of different quests and quest types as you get further into the game. You get your main quest, you've got side quests, there are even little errands that you can run for people that are going to give you a bunch of different rewards, including dye for your armor and stuff. But not only that, when you are fighting, you're in combat and you're fighting tougher wraiths, like the diver for an example, you are going to get different types of weak spots on it. Destroying the red ones is going to kill the wraith, but destroying the yellow ones first is going to increase your chances of getting loot from the enemies. So it's all about prioritizing whether you want to go straight for the kill, whether you want to increase your chances of getting loot. And one lootable item in this game is tributes, and that is a currency that is going to be used when you go to the vendors. The vendors are going to sell you different things to help you out, like new healing idols. And I'm going to say to make sure that you don't forget to sell your artifacts when you find them so that you get extra tributes. And if you're lucky when you're at a vendor, some of the items might be on sale when you visit them. And then lastly, just to let you all know, this game is very good at helping you understand it. I just wanted to give you a little bit more detail based on the time I've played so far. And I'm going to say that this is not a difficult game to get into, really. I'm playing on the medium difficulty. There is like easy, normal, hard. I'm playing on normal. And it's not been too difficult so far. But what we're going to do is leave the guide there. I'll be back very soon with a lot more tips for this game. Again, a massive thank you to Focus Entertainment for the key. And that is my ultimate beginner guide for Atlas Fallen. And on that note, we are going to leave the video there. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is appreciated. If you wish to support me further as a creator, there are links in the description. Let me know your thoughts about the video in the comments. And if you want to watch more, you can click the video on screen. All support on the channel is greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.